Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Hope you're all doing really well. Listen, before we dive into the latest AI news and bring you what we're about to bring you, which might be a little bit different today, hit that like, subscribe, and put the notifications on and say hello in the comments because, we want to hear from you, hear what questions you've got, hear your thoughts on where AI is going, or if you've just got a question, like I said, that's sort of, you're not sure about something. So, we want to hear from you. Maybe give us some topics to talk about. That'd be fantastic. Doesn't cost anything just to hit that like. We're a new young channel. Your support means the world to us, and it really helps us grow the show so we can put more time into it. We can get a bit of love from the community, and we can move things forward and hopefully share and bring more value to you guys. So listen, on that note,
100%.
Today is a different day. I don't know if you guys recall, we did say on Fridays, we're going to try and give, rather than bring you the AI news, just give you an update on how we're getting on at Ava Mind with our AI therapeutic assistant. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's on the App Store, on Google Play and all the rest of it. But there's some big news that's just come out, isn't there, Will?
There is. Just trying to move the cat. He's joined me at a very convenient time. But yes.
What's the cat called again?
You don't laugh, he's called Tiddles. Don't laugh, he's called Tiddles. It's because he's small and tiddly. But he's got a big heart though.
We should get like Tiddles on a separate camera and have his own show as well, I think.
He can't help himself.
Give his opinion.
He can't help himself. Every time the camera goes on and the light over there goes on, he insists on jumping on my lap. He just wants to be part of the filming process, I think. And I can't ever say no to him, so he joins me every time without fail. Awesome. But yes, there is a lot of exciting things, as I'm sure you will agree, Ben, happening with Ava Mind. Obviously, along with pushing the app and marketing it and getting users, one of the big things that we have to continually put time into is research and development to make sure that we are delivering on the philosophies that we started the app on the basis of, delivering on the expectations that we've set ourselves, and addressing a lot of the concerns that we've had from early feedback. And we drum on a lot about it, but one of the key bits of feedback and the key things that we've put a lot of time into researching, developing, is privacy first, local AI. And we've been talking about how we've been working on it, but now it's real. It's real. It's actually in the app. It's one of the first apps to deploy AI on device, on the edge, in an environment where you can turn your internet off. Use these models. It's a huge piece of work done by us, pushed forward by Spence, who's joined us on the podcast before as well, part of the team. And we've recently put it out as an experimental feature on the latest version of Ava Mind, which went live a few days ago, I think. It's been a few days, along with a few other features. And it's in the settings now, and you can tap on Explore Local AI, and you can download one of, I think, 5 or 6 models that we've chosen at the moment. Part of the process here is to narrow down, test it. It is a key word is experimental. This hasn't really been done before. This is very early days for this technology, so it's important that we thoroughly test it, get lots of feedback on it. And that's the process we're going through now. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have an answer on which model we want to generically roll out as Ava's base model with fine-tuning on top of it. And we'll keep stepping forward until the ultimate goal within the next month, I hope, is that the Ava chat is totally powered by a local model. It's runnable on any device, and you no longer have any messages going to any sort of cloud provider, cloud models. It's all on device. You can turn your internet off. You can talk about whatever you'd like. You get the same great experience as you get at the moment with Ava, talking to you with therapeutic techniques. And it's a really, really, really exciting development. And I think it's going to be a massive thing for this industry, as the mental health industry. So I'm glad we're at the front, pushing this technology forward.
It's absolutely phenomenal, Will, and what you and Spence have done has just been, unbelievable. So well done. Huge congratulations, and also just it's really exciting for this space in mental health, and also for privacy first. People who care about privacy and don't want to feel like they're being snooped upon by whether it's a tech company, because we can't see anything. It's literally no one can see any interaction, and it doesn't matter, and nothing can ever be done to stop that. So you got no one that is ever going to be able to snoop on your conversations ever.
No,
period.
It's physically impossible. It just stays on your device. It never interacts with us.
Complete confidence, and that is what's so exciting. It truly does mean privacy. None of this, trust me bro, we're not going to look at your messages, trust me bro, we're not going to share your information to whoever. So it's absolutely phenomenal, and this is on the App Store and on Google Play, and people can use it now. And just to reiterate what Will said, it's not the AI model that is on the main sort of interface when you download Ava Mind. You have to hit in the top right, there's a settings button, and you have to go into the experimental feature to use it and try it out for yourself. Turn off your internet, put your phone on airplane mode, and see it for yourself. It's mind-blowing. The speed is phenomenal, and it's and try it. Let us know what you think. Put some comments. We want the feedback. We want the community. Not just. I mean, we're probably talking to people who are interested in technology, interested in AI, interested in that type of thing. So it'd be great to get feedback from you guys to give us that tech perspective. But equally, I'm going to be reaching out today. It wasn't on my agenda, but I think this is so important that I do need to get it out there to a whole number of therapists that I'm connected with, particularly on LinkedIn and private connections, just to let them know that this now exists. Because like you said right at the beginning, Will, this was always not a major concern by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't want to overblow it, but it's
always been a question,
a question. Yes. A question, and
a very valid
for some people. But 100%.
Client therapist privacy and your discretion is very important, obviously, and it's a standard at least upheld here very highly by UK therapists and mental health professionals. So it'd be natural for that question to arise. And before we even spoke to therapists, it was something we were talking about. We have to consider it. And go back 18 months ago, when we were first putting pen to paper on what this app was going to be all about, this just was not on the cards. It wasn't possible. We were talking about how we make server-side, sorry, it's a little bit technical, but how we make server-side mitigations for privacy. How do we secure down the databases? How do we make sure that people on the team can't see and interact with messages? How do we deal with all these privacy concerns on the server? And that's exactly what we did, and those are all there as privacy features to make sure that that people's privacy is respected, because that's really important. But this takes it to absolutely the best level possible. It's truly fantastic. Another amazing thing is that we're really proud of is the performance of it. This was a big concern, obviously, go back 18 months ago, that even if you wanted to run a model locally, you couldn't. They were, the small models that were available as base models were not good enough to have conversations, and training a model from scratch at 18 months ago was not feasible either. But technology has moved on incredibly. There's amazing open source base models. There's amazing open source software to fine tune and create your own versions of these base models. And when you actually run it on really poor hardware, I mean, literally right here, I have probably the worst and one of the worst Android phones you can buy in terms of price. You get what you pay for, and it even runs very well on the CPU of that terrible Android phone. And that's how you've got something that's really good. One other small caveat I would say is, if you're going to go and try this out at this stage, is this is obviously an experimental feature. It is much more geared towards at this very first version, and this will change very quickly over the coming weeks, but this very first version is probably more for the more technical people that understand what they're looking at. When you load up and you see the models, you'll see some, if you're technical, you'll understand those model names and where they're coming from and things. But if you aren't particularly technical, I would hold back just another couple of weeks so that a lot of the stuff there is managed, because you're going to be downloading a lot of models are massive in file size. I mean, they're humongous, and we're putting in technology to keep that managed so that you as the user don't have to do it. So if you're technical, by all means, I'd have a play. It's really, really cool if you're already in the AI space. If you're not, I think a couple of weeks or so to allow us to put in a couple more of these experimental guardrails, just to make sure that, you know, people, non-technical people, can get the best out of it, you know, as we move towards a final release over the next month. I think that'll be really exciting.
And eventually we won't have that choice where people can try different models. We're just going to, with the whole point of having lots of different models, we're trying to sort of define which one we're going to definitely go for on public release effectively.
In fact, I would like to think by this time next week we'll have just one model in there anyway. You know, we've released it so we can test it internally ourselves, as well as allow technical people that want to play with experimental AI to use it in the public. But obviously we're very quickly going to be wanting to narrow down which model we're going to be using. And, you know, that's one obviously less choice, less technical problem for someone to have to think about. Obviously in the final product, we don't want to give people, you know, an overstimulation, having to look at all this technical good jargon and downloading models and all that. We just want it to be seamless and, you know, a great user experience.
Awesome. Brilliant. Well, listen, I think
exciting.
That sums it up perfectly. There's no need to waffle on anymore.
No.
So I'll shut up, and I'll just say, listen, guys, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Hit that like, subscribe, do all those amazing things. We really, really appreciate your support. I cannot stress that enough. We'll love you and leave you until the next one. But, you know, say hi in the comments, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Thank you for watching.